Hello friends, Zen Kuni here. Got a rope, got a strap over there, stick, a ring, and a long wooden staff. So what we're going to do is a mixture of mobility, isometric and isotonic moves to be the foundation of my light training day. So this is recovery day, a little rehabilitation. So anything that feels a little stressed, a little tight, that's what I'm going to put my focus on. Let's do it. So begin with a rope. Any kind of rope will do the trick. I like cotton because it's got a little bit of give to it when you first start to stretch, and it helps you get in touch with an isometric contraction better. But also, it just feels good to me. But any kind you have is fine. I dip mine in Plasti Dip. Gives me a little handle. So if you like that, do that. If not, just use any old rope you got, or a belt will do. So what we're going to do is a simple mobility move over the shoulders. So we open the shoulders, we go over the head, come in a little bit, and find a spot where you're tight. Oh yeah. And pump your way through it. Don't try and force your way through a sticking point. Now when you're using a rope, one of the things I like to remind people is to make sure that you're keeping your rope taut. In other words, don't just let it go slack. Maintain your pressure. We'll go the other way. And then let's go back over the head again. Okay, that's feeling pretty good. So I'm going to go into a reverse grip, so my palms are facing forward here, and just pull it over. Now, I'm going to double it, put it up behind my head, do my first isometric movement. I'm going to pull the rope apart. Then I'm going to slowly move it through a range of dynamic tension. Then I'm going to get my short stick This is an old piece of wood from the Rancho. I cut it, sanded it down a little bit, put a few designs on it, made myself a nice metric stick. So it also functions as a Tai Chi ruler. It's got a lot of purposes. I multi-purpose all my gear. So what we're going to do is take this, put it between the palms on what's called the Lao Gong points, and bring it overhead. Exactly where I was pulling the rope apart, I'm going to push the stick. Remember, never hold your breath while you're doing your isometric contractions. Don't let any pressure build up in the head. Now I'm going to take it to a dynamic range of movement. So I got dynamic tension going on here. I first learned dynamic tension from reading Manar McFadden and the Charles Atlas course. So I'm maintaining the pressure here. I'm going to reverse the direction. And relax. So, always keep one of these in your isometric bag. Let's shift over to a longer strap. I took this from a toe strap or strap to tighten things down in your pickup truck, and had some handles sewn into it. So we'll start with it longer, and we'll do a standing press. Now when you're doing your press here, make sure that you got your legs are pushing the earth away, arms are reaching up towards the sky, glutes connected, abs connected, and relax. I'm going to open it up so I'm a little bit lower in the press position. Do this again, press again. And relax. Then I'm going to cross it over. And pull it. I've got thumbs up here. I'm going to pull up and out to the side, also with a little focus towards the back. So I really want to make sure I got the posterior chain across the upper back connected. And relax. Then I'm going to shorten up on the straps. I'm going to do a Zotman style curl. So here we go. Again, remember, push that earth away, tighten the glutes and the abs. And relax. So then what I'm going to do is take this out to the side again, but more into the back circle. And instead of having my thumbs up, I'm going to make it thumbs down. So I'm going to tighten, inhale as I exhale, begin the contraction. And just by simple things like turning your palms in one direction or the other, you change what muscles gets engaged and how they're engaged. And relax. All right, let's go to a regular curl. All right, then we're going to choke it up and open our feet a little bit wider. So we just have the knees bent just slightly. Pull the shoulder blades back together. Make sure the spine's long. Curl the tailbone under a little bit, the coccyx, and start to straighten the legs, holding the straps tightly. And relax. And we're just going to shorten it again a little bit. So this time we're just about 4 or 5 inches above the knees. And same thing. Pull the tail under a little bit. Nice straight spine, and straighten the legs. And relax. Again, shorten it. This time we want to be down right about knee level. Chest is up, arms are back and straighten. And relax. All right, then let's go to long staff. Let's do another mobility move. So we want to do a low cobra or a low snake. That's our beginning. We want to turn that into the snake, low snake rising. So snake rises and settles down. Snake rises and settles down. got a little bit more tension in my left. So I'm just going to gradually work through that. So rather than trying to force through it, just repetition after repetition, I play with the boundaries, play the edge a little bit, and pretty soon I will generally be able to just work right through to what I want. So we're going to continue with a few more reps of the low snake rising. I don't know if you notice it or not, but when I get to here, then I roll my shoulder back and down, and then bring it down again. So here's my shoulder, look at the shoulder, and roll it over. So the shoulder blade goes down in the back more. Same thing, opposite side. We'll do two more. All right. So then let's go back to isometric. We're going to start with an isometric move where I have my thumbs stacked on top of each other, my fingers interlaced around the staff. I'm going to push that out in front, and then I'm going to push straight down into the earth. Then I'm going to turn it into a little bit of mobility training. Reach. So you're getting some stretch here. So while I'm doing this, I'm also still pushing the staff into the ground. And back. Press yourself back up. All right. Now another good one. This is especially a good movement. I've used it a lot with clients that are in their 70s, 80s, 90s that have started to develop a little bit of a lean. Have you seen that? People, as they age, lots of times in one direction or the other, develop a lean. We won't go into why that is right now. But one of the things I've found has helped them is to take a staff, put it right close in front, put one hand on top of the other, bring the elbows back and in, and feet are facing forward. I'm going to push the staff down, tighten the glutes, tighten the abs, press the earth away, lengthen the head towards the sky. And relax. So I do that 5 or 6 times for somewhere between 6 and 12 seconds with my clients that are in that kind of shape. And it's been amazing how over a period of just a couple of months, they have come more to an upright position. What's happened, of course, is that their proprioception has gone astray. It has to be recalibrated because their proprioception tells them that when they're like this, they're actually here. So what I mean is, when they think they're here, they're here. This feels like this. So the bottom line is, what we have to do is calibrate the proprioception. So then let's take this just slightly farther out. We're still upright. Thumbs are now just a little bit to either side of the staff. Fingers are interlaced. And we're going to push down again. Now this is a great when it starts to get lower down into the lats. Of course, you got some tricep energy going on too. You got some grip energy. And relax. Okay. So then we're going to go back to an over, but we're going to do it with our staff. So it feels much easier now that I've done some isometrics and some mobility work. Now we can also add a turn. You can also do a turn and a bend. You can also go forward, of course. Round the circle. Reverse it. Now we're going to bring our staff up and a little bit behind the head. What we're going to do is pull it apart first. We've got an isometric tension going on. And relax. And then what we're going to do is just reverse that. We're going to push it inward, just like we're trying to squeeze the stick together. And relax. And when you do that, you'll feel it immediately, the difference between pulling and pushing. So that's why it's good to have some sort of thing besides just a strap for your isometrics. So you need a stick or a ring of some sort. All right. So then we're going to do the same idea, but just closer together. So we're going to pull apart. And relax. Now what we're going to do, same distance, put your hands in the opposite, so your palms are up here. So we're back, and we're going to pull apart. And this connects into the shoulders in a whole different way. So lift. Now, as you're doing this, we're going to go into a little dynamic tension where we're just moving it up and back while we're pulling it apart. And relax. Then we're going to open up the legs a little bit. We're going to do, with the staff, offer the ring. The reason I call it offer the ring is because generally when I'm doing this, I'm using my ring. But you can do this in Qigong, they call it offering the gift. All right, that's feeling good. So let's go to a move just to limber up the shoulder joints a little bit more. So everybody knows roll the shoulders. I'm going to show you a little variation on the theme. So palms are facing back. Now what we're going to do is include bending elbows and then straightening. Then turn the palms face forward, bend and straighten, bend and straighten. Then we're going to throw in a little neck movement. So we'll start with reaching just behind the ear over towards the shoulder. I call this cheek up. Now don't go real fast. In other words, don't just be doing this. Take your time, press down towards that shoulder. Press down towards that shoulder. Now, we're going to do an isometric, so wrap your hand around here. So you got your thumb under your ear, got a nice broad grip on the side of your head. You're going to push your head against your hand. So here we go. Isometric. Charles Atlas, of course, call it dynamic tension. And relax. Same thing, opposite side. And relax. Then come back to the cheek up. And I can reach out farther and more smoothly. Then I'm going to do a simple twisting of the neck. As you're doing this, let the shoulders stay down and attempt to reach the neck longer upward. Then we're going to go into infinity move. And relax. We're going to put our hands on our forehead, just palm heels to the frontal bone, and push with the hands, push with the head. And relax. Then we're going to do forward and up and back. Forward, push your neck back, and then extend the head backward. And forward. Good. All right. Let's go to the ring. One reason I like the ring is, first of all, I've got all kinds of movements that I do with it, and all those movements for mobility can also be done isometric. So this is like pulling the bow, right? Of course, you can offer the gift, but you can also do, just as you're standing, as you're seated somewhere, it doesn't matter, you can press or pull, but you're doing it on round rather than straight, so it changes dynamics. So let's just put it out in front, and we're just about height of the chest, and push it together. Then what we're going to do is pull it apart. Then relax, bring it overhead, pull one elbow down, so you're well into the back here. And you're going to try and pull the ring apart from this position. And the other side. And relax. Then I'm going to put the ring into the back, and you'll see it's fairly close to my glutes. Keep the arms relatively straight. There's a slight bend in the elbows, and push it together. And then pull apart. Most people can find the pulling apart much easier than they can find the pushing together. All right. Now, what we're going to do is come over the head. We're going to pull it apart as we push up and as we pull down. So we're pulling apart. Now we're going to push it together as we go up, and keep the push going, so you got a good iso tension happening here in your dynamic tension. And relax. So then let's do a little bit of mobility work again. So palms up, cross elbows, take the ring with the opposite hand, hold the arms down. We're going to go out and in. Then on the in, we're going to keep in and pull it apart. Relax. Pull it to the outside. Now pull the ring apart. Excellent. Shift hands. Pull it apart. Relax. Come out to the side and pull it apart again. And relax. Going to come back to our Iso strap. So for this one, what we're going to do is choke up way down on the strap, wrap it around so we're nice and low, chest up as much as possible, and push with the legs. And relax. So, what you saw was some isometric and some mobility moves with a variety of tools of the trade. I'm going to continue on with it, but I just wanted to give you this kind of tongue-tip taste of possibilities of how you might integrate your mobility, suppleness, limberness, and isometric workouts together. So when we do a play out, we always like to blend in many different elements so we have a nice broad diversity. Remember, you're the guru, make it your way.